Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and I finally have my first clue in for the Cotton Cuts Mystery Quilt. Now, this is a follow-along program. I did a video previous about it. I'll put a link in the description, but I finally have my set in to start. Now, there were different styles of fabrics you could have, and you could have a large kit or a small kit. And since I couldn't decide, I have one of the large and one of the small. So let's take a look at what I have so far and get started on sewing the mystery block number 1. So this year's mystery is called Sparkle and Shine. So I was able to choose from these different fabrics and 2 different sizes. So I did choose a large version, and the color collection is Pearl. For the small one, I chose something a little bit more Christmas-like, and that way it'll be done in time for Christmas, and it's called Ruby and Emerald. Now, there's 2 different ways you can get these mystery blocks sent to you. You can have them sent to you all at once, which is what I have here, or you have them sent to you one a month, and that depends on where you live. I live in Canada, so they're able to send them to me this way. So I have all of my months, 1 to 10, already pre-packaged for me. They're already ready for me to go. Every once in a while, they do throw in some free little gifts, so I do have those already packaged in here. So I get my little gifts early, but what I don't get early are the directions. I will only get the directions the month just like everyone else. But because we are on month number 1, I do have the directions for the large and for the small one. So the rest of the months, I'm just going to have to wait until I get the directions. So it's still a mystery. I just get to look at the pretty fabric in advance. So let's start with the large one. And I'm going to need clue number 1. And I did get this fabric chart, and I will keep this handy throughout the entire project. It does give me my fabrics and the allotted name for them. So clue number 1, and they're all packaged really nice, so I will not have to press anything. And I have the different fabric shapes. I'm going to put them in separate piles. And whenever I sew any project, I take all of my fabric, I match them up, and I make sure that they're all right sides up. I also took time and made myself some little markers, and that way I can label those fabrics after I put them in my little pile. And I'm going to be able to keep these throughout the project. Now I get to put them together. The other thing about these patterns is all of those little ends have been cut off. So those pieces are going to fit together just like puzzle pieces. So I'm going to start with A and D. With each step, I'm going to lay them out according to the directions. The directions are telling me A and D need to go together. A needs to be on my left. And when I'm done, I'm going to press towards the D. So I have this little arrow. I'm going to go in this. And I need to make 4 of these. Step number 2, I still need A and D, but this time with the D on the left. And I'm going to press towards the D. So I have D on the left and A on the left. Having this laid out this way and making sure that I have 4 of each units, I can now just pick this up and bring it to the machine. We need to stitch that 1/4 inch, and we don't have to worry about trimming off any of those ends. So I'm going to get these units together. Because they're already pressed for me, I will only need a light pressing. With those now done, I can put them aside and do the next step. For the next step, I'm going to take an F triangle and sew it to the right side of an E square, and I need to press it towards the E, and I need to make 4 of these units. The next portion, I'm going to take another E square and sew an F to the left and a B to the right. So I'm going to have 4 units and 4 units. So I will have a little bit left of these B's. And it is important that we follow this direction and this angle. So we can see the angle in the picture needs to be the same. The next step is I'm going to put these together. Now these blocks are facing you as if you are looking at them right from the pattern. Next step, sew A and B together so we have that angle coming out. I'm going to take that last piece and join it on, so I will have a total of 4 of these units. I now can finish assembling these blocks. Those first pieces are going to fit on. We can see that the A blocks are going to join together. We're going to press those seams out. We now have 4 finished blocks of that large pattern. So depending on the fabric you have, the block's going to be a different color. Be sure to follow your directions and the pressing directions. Number 1 is done. I'm going to keep them all together so that they're labeled block number 1. I'm also going to keep my little pressing arrows, my fabric colors with my fabric chart, and I'm also going to keep the thread and the bobbin so that I know where it is for next time. Let's take a look at the Ruby and Emerald small block. I'm going to approach this the same way. I have my pressing directions, my fabrics which are going to match. I have my first lot of pieces and my directions. This mystery only has the fabric A, C, and D. I'm going to start and put A and D together and then press towards D. The half square triangles are going to be sewn on top of that A piece, and it's going to match up perfect to this C unit. And press those seams going down. That's all we're going to be able to do with those pieces, and we need to label them 1A. We have 6 of these little triangles left. 3 will go on one side, 3 will go on the other, because we do have 3 of these larger blocks. And we're pressing them both towards the white. I have 3 long pieces left, and they're going to fit to the right of these flying geese. Look how nice those flying geese went together. All of those seams match perfect. And we're going to press towards the rectangle. And we're going to label that long strip 1B. And that's all we're going to need for the very first part of the mystery for the small quilt. So for the large mystery, we have 4 of these blocks. For the small one, we only have these 4 components that are going to build up as we go along. Your fabrics could be different depending on what you have decided to follow along with. Be sure to follow the diagrams and the pressing directions because that's going to help us as we go along into the bigger size quilts. I'm going to be doing clue number 2 and 3 on April 18th. So if you're following along, be sure to tune in April 18th for clue 2 and 3. I'm going to do 2 together. So that's all we've needed so far for clue number 1. I do hope you join me next time, and thank you for joining me on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe and come on back. Let's see what we're going to sew next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.